Hello, everyone. It's the Sky Priestess. I have no idea why I'm up at 4 a.m. and I felt this need to just get online and talk to everyone. It's been happening more and more as of late, but usually there's something good that comes of it. So it's not quite a hello neighbor, but it's more of a I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not exactly sure why I was told to go do this right now, but I'm following the hint, and we'll see what emerges. We'll see what emerges. I've just finished my tier 23 video for the next couple of days, and there's obviously stuff that I can share from that. Um, but more importantly, I guess I just wanted to be and show up and turn up, and this is the best way that I can do it from where I am right now. So, if there's something that you want to talk about, or if there's something that, I don't know, one of you somewhere on the planet may be asleep or half asleep going, Sky Priestess, I need to know. Just, short of asking me to do a free session, feel free to write in with stuff. Um, I guess I could start by, first of all, saying hello. Hello, C. Davis. Hello, Crystalline. Hello, Sheena. Tier 23 years, all of you. Alexandra, joyous day. Geez, the team's here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Devasmita. Hi, Magneto. Hi, Julie. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Hanane. Hi, S. Claude. Hi, Batwoman. Hi, Larray. Hi, Mackie. Wow, it's a good turnout. It's a very good turnout. Like I said, I don't exactly know what Spirit wanted me to do today. Oh, hi, Lantern Hill Morgans and Zikat. Hello, Saror. Hello, Revati. Hello, Mr. Imael. Hello, Dusana Bum. Hello, Bui. Hello, Bunny Go Lightly. Hello, Jessica Smithson. Woo! Hi, hi, hi. Hello, 64-bit hacker wife. Whoa, interesting name. Okay, so, right. Mm, mm, Lots of people, you keep coming. Yay, I'm sending all of you hugs. I'm sending all of you hugs. Okay, so we've got one question. I'll get back to the highs once we deal with this. Jessica says, hello, dear woman. I wonder if you could give your top tips on how to let go. Beyond singing the song, I'm assuming. It does help, actually. Maybe we should have a live sing-along at some point. I can't say I'm the greatest singer in the world, but I do like to sing. It's fun. But how to let go? Well, it's a good question that you're asking, because I recently found myself in a situation where I have to practice this quite instantly in the here and now. So thank you for asking the question. Every situation, everyone that you meet, everything that you encounter in your life is there for a reason. That doesn't mean that you have to maintain it. It doesn't mean that you have to keep it there because it came. It doesn't mean that you have to pedestalize it. Sometimes the reason why people enter your life is to make you realize that it's time to say goodbye. Or it could be, a situation, a job. It doesn't have to be a person, but typically people ask this question when people are involved. And even though letting go is a process of multiple stages, it's not just about your conscious mind, which is saying, okay, this isn't working for me, I gotta go. Sometimes it's about most of the time, it's about your emotions, and beneath that, or rather hidden in that, there's also a layer of spirit and spirit-based connection that also needs to be released. So, for example, sometimes not to name any names, but I've certainly seen lots of clients where they're in relationships with people they don't actually like, but sometimes they can't seem to let go. And it's because the ties that binding them are still very strong at the karmic level. So if you're having difficulties in letting go and you've already done what you need to do to kind of discipline your mind, honor your emotions, let it flow, and it's still stuck, but it's not right, maybe you need to be looking at things at that deeper level to understand what about you as a spirit and what about you as a being needs to say no to something else. So, it's To me, letting go is very much about that deep process of going within and simply being honest. Sometimes there are times when the harvest is full and you're there to celebrate, and sometimes it's time to get that sickle out and go, depends on what you're doing and why. But usually, when you allow yourself to go through that process, it's difficult. But when it's done, you feel a lot lighter afterwards. So I hope that helps with your question. All right, let's get back to the highs. Who did I miss? Hi, Soel. Hi, Linda. Hi, Chiron. I send you hugs. Chiron is a lovely, lovely, lovely human being. Hi, Tiraf. Hi, Larray. Larray wants to know, what do you recommend for maintaining peace during these turbulent times? No denial. Number one, no denial. Peace, when you are burying your head in the sand like an ostrich, is not peace. That is an illusion. Be willing to look at the world as it is, as sucky as it is, as shitty as it is, as fucked up as it is, and still dare to find a space of joy. That's real power. So my first step is no denial permitted. A lot of people get very triggered by my energy and by my channel because even though most of the time I'm not actually saying anything offensive, like I don't go around and use foul language, but somehow or other, my energy just tends to cut into the underbelly and poke a person exactly where they don't want to be seen. And that is usually where they either need to decide if they're going to grow or if they're going to stagnate and get into a defense mechanism. So that, to me, the first step for finding joy and peace in these troubled times is not to deny it. The second step is to look at what is happening around you. And this time is so important in so many ways all over the planet. And to still be able to say, you know what, I have something that I can contribute. In a way that doesn't, make it about you, in a way that's not about pedestalizing the self, in a way that's not about, creating this huge ego narrative. To realize that you still being able to find joy, to find hope, to find happiness in these deeply, deeply, deeply problematic times is one of the greatest gifts that you can give. When you realize that being willing to see that true light within and without, no matter what is happening around you, to be willing to see that as a deep spiritual gift will already open you to that process. Very often people tell themselves that, lots of people are suffering. I can't afford to be happy. I understand that. But there's a difference between not doing anything at all, sitting in a fucking bubble and saying everything's hunky-dory, I'm so sweet. No. When you can actually look at the ugliness in the world, when you can do something, even how small it is, it doesn't matter. When you can do something and then you can actually have a space for yourself where you can go, hey, I deserve to be here. The world is a little bit more beautiful as I am also allowed and able to partake in that joy that it is. And you can understand that that also carries a ripple effect outwards. That's how I would say maintain peace and harmony. It's not about erasure, it's about full engagement. And I know, and I want to give a shout out to all of you here, how much I respect all of you who have changed jobs, left families, broken up relationships, who have done the real work that it takes to actually live your path of truth and integrity. Whether you are a trans person, whether you are an indigenous person, whether you're Black, whether you're Asian, whether you're white, it doesn't matter. People who are really doing that work are willing to stand up and say, hey, I am not going to partake in a system that allows me to be blind to my privilege. Or I am not going to sit here and allow these injustices to continue. Even if it costs me, I'm going to stand up and do the right thing. You have no idea how much I respect people like that. So shout out to all of you, and to all of you, you fucking deserve joy. Never let anyone tell you otherwise, because your joy is what creates change. Your joy is what breaks down the walls that have led to the creation of this planet in the way that it is. And that is not about carving a little space for yourself where you can ignore the world. That is about diving in headlong. I especially have respect for white allies who do this, not pedestalizing them, but there's a special type of respect there because they don't have to, and the people who do really get it. They really get it. They go in there, and I am amazed to see the transformation in that segment of the population. Of obviously, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but I am amazed to see people standing up and doing the right thing, and that gives me joy. But anyway, long roundabout answer to your question. Hopefully that does get to it. hang on. I'm going back to the list. Going back to the list. Here we go. And we're back. Hello, Adrienne. Hello, Julie again. Anthony Gumball. Hi, Fatma. Hi, Osset. Hi, Overflow. Feben says, what is happening today? Too many things, honey. Too many things. But long story short, we're already in the build up to the next lunar eclipse coming on November the 30th. That's starting today. Magnetonics have had to do banishing. What is the solstice bringing forth? Bringing up a lot of truth in the way we speak and the way we interact with the people around us. Hello, Luna. Hello, Super Ham Hams. Hello, Candy. Hello, Roses and Bees. Hello, Black Shin Pact. I love that name. Hi, Gaia. Hello, Luna. Hang on, I pressed the wrong button. Wait, I've done something. Hang on. Wait. Oh, shit. I've done something. Here we go. Okay, we're back. Hello, Luna. Super Ham Hams knows how am I. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday was fucked up because I was doing my tier 23. I did a 45-minute damn video and then deleted it just because I knew it wasn't right. My brother was trying to take me out just because I've been stewing with the energies and going, it's not good. Therius, the hunter, was making all kinds of alignments all over the place yesterday. To Ceres, to the moon, to Venus, to the sun. And it's all about those hidden attacks. So I'm like, okay, we go out, we go to a drive-through just so we can sit in the car with the girls and just chill. And the girls never do this, but my little baby decides that today is the day that she wants to explore hot coffee on my lap. And she manages to spill the coffee all over my right side, and I'm screaming in pain, and I just sit there like a stone while my brother is like getting some tissues to, do something. And then when he comes back, I'm just, I'm focused. I'm like, is the girl okay? So we check. She's got coffee on her. For those of you who are cat owners, coffee is toxic to cats. So I quickly, very gently start wiping her off. I'm not even like, I'm still burning. I'm still in pain. It's never happened to me before, but it's like all over. All right. And we take her to the ER. Thankfully, it didn't break the skin, but it did get on her neck. I wanted to cry. And there were so many animals at the animal ER. It was very unusual. There were even cars in weird accidents on the sides of the roads and shit. There was a lot of weirdness yesterday. Then after everything calmed down, I found that my dear little girl, I don't know if you can see it, but she left me like a Zorro mark all the way up here. I've got my cat tats now. These are going to leave a mark. And she apparently had just clawed her way up on my arm and took a nice little part out of my palm as well. And she was fine, thankfully. But now I am recovering and I am trying to make sure these don't get infected. So I am okay despite everything. I'm just grateful she's okay. And so we came back, washed her down. Baby didn't like it, but she was fine. I've just been in healing. So that's what has been happening with me. So it's, in my case, it's always a case. All of these damn things like to tackle me directly. It's not obviously there are subtle energies that usually try something or another. But with me, it's always so physical. So, it's like, all right, I see you, Therius. You're still not going to manage it. Whatever. I'm just going to put frankincense. Keep going. So that's what I've been doing and recovering from. Apart from that, I've actually been quite happy. There's been a lot more truth in my reality, especially since I did that post on, where I truly shifted my path. There's been lots of clarity on that. It's been 2 years coming, that post, but it's really just let me let go of a lot of burdens. I have decided that it's after my divorce, as it's gone successfully through, it's probably time for me to start dating again. So I'm just like, okay, universe, when the time's right. So I'm quite excited about that. But yeah, just dealing with bullshit and finding joy in the everyday. Black Action Pack says, excited for the grand conjunction. I agree. Chiron sends hugs back. And I have gone and pressed the silly button again. Here we go. Soror says, was there something in the astrology causing accidents, falls, and things the last 2 weeks? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mars may have stationed direct in that. Well, we had a couple of things stationing direct, but in the past 2 weeks, it may actually be something a bit more focused on your chart. Jessica sends a heart. Super Ham Ham says, yeah, joy is a choice. Amanda Stoll says, a recurring theme this year has been to clean out karmic connections. Once you have your head straight and your heart healed, how does someone sever those ties? Facilitation, or where you already have a very strong connection with your spirit, ask your guides to do it and just send everything back to source in peace and compassion. That's how you do it. Adrian sends thumbs up. Fibin says, right. Simha says, hello from Lenape ancestral land. Hi, also known as Philadelphia. I'm wondering if you have any guidance for how to best work with the energies of Venus in Scorpio. Thank you. Brrr. All right. I think I'm pretty boring because at the end of the day, my advice tends to come down to the same thing. Pay attention, look at it, feel it through, and take it one step at a time. That tends to be my advice on most things, but it does work. Specifically, Venus and Scorpio, I have covered this in a previous article and video, so you may want to just look back at that because I give a lot more information there. But long stories about Venus and Scorpio, look at whatever's asking you to commit and look at whether or not it's true to you. That may be relationships, businesses, your relationship with your health, your reproductive system, and so on and so forth. But look at the energetic connections that are trying to create a certain way of powering you or motivating you or engaging you in the world. Don't do anything that you're bored by. That's the thing. I'm a Venus in Scorpio. I can't do anything that bores me. I can't do anything that bores me. When I am bored, I will literally tune out and I'll just go away. I'll just be like, okay, I gotta go now. So when Venus and Scorpio is for everybody, it's like go into those deep spaces because it's the time to do it. Super Ham Ham says, needed this, just got diagnosed with more health issues. I'm sorry to hear it. Sheena says, I've been working around how I tend to ignore spirit's guidance most when I have obligations or more. I'm trying to meet others' expectations. Any advice on how to stand in your trust and guidance? This is a problem I have as well, and I spent years working through this and it really screwed up experiences in the sense that I had to do shit that I didn't even need to do because I couldn't say no. And people have always looked up at me for one reason or another, wanting me to be a certain thing to them. I have found that, with the exception of children, you just got to be yourself, Sheena. You've got to be yourself and you've got to give the person the freedom to adjust their mental model of you. And maybe that model won't be as flattering as it was before. I have gone past the idea that people need to find me nice or people need to find me pleasant or people need to find me civil because I just realized I'm none of those things. I very much don't fit those boxes. The people who get me and they don't, they don't. But it takes practice, especially when, you've been conditioned into a way where you've always been the person that other people look to. So I hope that helps. Let's see. Lantern Hill says, love your philosophy and your message. Thank you. Wild Lovely One says, hi, baby. Hi, everyone. Hello. Black God, do you think Venus will be active in Scorpio in 2020? Yes, and then some, but I'm hoping for more positives. Faith, he says, hi, Sky Priestess. Hi, Faith. Mrs. Erica says, greetings and blessings. Okay, Bunny Go Lightly says, any advice for helping raise resilient and conscious children? Yes. Depends on the child though. Because the thing we parents in general that we don't see is that our children come into being sometimes with very well developed souls. And the problem is we're trying to look at them with the mental map and model of this is a child, this is what the child knows, this is what the child needs. In this day and age, it's very important, I feel, to also let the child communicate what they need to you. And it's about finding the language of that communication, which is why when I do charts for children and their parents, I help the parents find a way to speak to their children and allow their children to express whatever truth it is that they have inside them. So, it's like sometimes it's not necessarily about you being the big guide, but you being the protector, you being the person who is there for them and helps them blossom and mature, in an appropriate way. Diary of a Ditch Witch says, "Tis Tara time." Tara is an old friend from Ireland. Both of us are 1986ers. We're both fire tigers and we get on with each other very, very well. Tara, send your email address or contact or something to my brother so we can catch up on Skype or something. Batwoman says, "Your support this year through Tier 23 has kept me sane and grounded." Deep bow and a howling namaste. Batwoman she's a very special person who works with children. That's what I'll say. Susie Steed says, "Hello, Dr. B." Hello, hello. Fana says, "Hi, Dr. B. I came on late." Don't worry, we're just hanging out. It's 4:28 a.m. Spirit said, "Bye, get on, do your thing." So I did. Antone says, "Hey, doctor." Hi. Jonathan says, "Peace, y'all. Peace to you." Brandy Beneki says, "So happy to catch you live. Sending you love. Thank you so much." Black Pack says, "This eclipse cycle relates to the node in Sagittarius, right? It feels like a lot of energetic activity on the subconscious level." Um, well, it's happening. The signs of the nodes, yes. And eclipses come in these 18-year cycles that are known as the Saros cycle. And yes, so it is very much about, for me, it's about getting people to empty their slates, what they think they know. Very often people try to look at spirituality as some far off thing somewhere else. And I'm just like, bring it back here. You will know far more about spirituality when you deal with a baby or a fur baby or just a human being or whatever, a piece of land that needs your nurture, that needs your attention, that needs your focus. You will learn far more about the secrets of the universe by just being here and doing everyday shit. That tends to be my approach on it, and I hope that more people will relate to that. But it's up to them. Misrael says, "Peace, Sky Priestess in chat." Ethel Walker says, "Hello, Dr. B." Um, Tiraf says, "Do geomagnetic storms affect us metaphysically?" I think so. I would believe so. They open our energies in different ways. Crystalline Crow says, "Very weird accident in my house yesterday. No permanent or distressing damage to humans or the house, but still very intense and not ideal." I am so sorry to hear that. I'm glad everybody's okay. Um, Okay. Quite a few of you have been having cat experiences. Knowing American opulence says, "Greetings. Hello." Soror says, "It's Darius. That makes sense. Thank you." Uh, Osset says, "I'm into it." Okay, universe, we're ready to start dating. Truth is Alchemy says, "I made it. Hola." Arabian Princess says, "Hey from London, beautiful." Hey, hey. Oh man, I've had wild times in London, very wild times. I used to love just wandering around till like 1 a.m. Through Camden and all kinds of places, and I just like looking at people. Vale Empet says, "Hi sis, so glad to see you online. Thanks so much for all you do and your authenticity. I do my best, and I'm glad it works." Lady Luck says, "Hey Dr. B, hey hey." Christabel Rousseau says, "Intense near misses dealing in my fires, as well as my sons. Moving in 30 days, 4 puppies. Ooh, good luck." Charles Rovetti, who is a very, very dear friend of mine and someone whom I would hug every day if I could, he says, "Bless you and Kitty." Mrs. Erica says, "Dr. B, I have a yod in my chart. How do I use this energy? Observe it. If it keeps putting you into the same situation, ask yourself to see how you can get out of it or how to go further with it." Crystal and Coro, any guidance on how to cultivate discernment from ground zero if someone is experiencing deep self-doubt? Saturn on my sun and in 12th house nodal return. Feel I can't trust anything, least of all myself. Keep it very simple. Go back to a very simple practice. Whether it's just breathing, whether it's lighting a candle or a lamp and just sitting with spirit, just strip everything back down. Strip everything back down and, just process very, very slowly. Naomi Seedberg, nice to see you. Learning to say no and set healthier boundaries was crucial to my healing. I think all facilitators and healers who are not assholes have to go through that lesson. Overflow Tarot says, thank you for that. Hoping to work with you for my three boys soon. Sounds good. You're most welcome. Sunny Flower says, yay, I caught alive. Hello, Dr. B. Hello. Now, just so all of you know, I have, Spirit has told me like this week is one where you don't want to be messing about with anything. So sessions are off till the 27th. Sometimes it's better to not say anything because when I'm speaking to you in facilitation, um, I am accessing your energy at a very, very powerful level, even though you may not notice it at the time. So it's a kind of energy where you got to be very careful when there are certain vibrations in the skies that can make even good facilitation hit you in the wrong kind of way. That's when a facilitator needs to step out and say, no, thank you. And we're really going to be seeing that over the next couple of days, which is why I'm only reopening slots on the 27th. It's just the kind of energy where less is more. And it's a time where a lot of people's own prejudices are coming up very, very quickly. And we're all human. We all do it. That's fine. But when you are doing the kind of work I'm doing, you want to also think about whether it's just a good time to go that deep with someone. So just a heads up to all of you who are planning on booking. The link is www.theskypriestess.as.me. And slots are open after the 27th precisely for this reason. Um, Vibratory Rhythms asks, 2021 Black Swan event. What is that? What is that? Give me some context, please. Soror Tamori says 333 in the US Eastern Time. Mrs. Erica says, thank you, Dr. B. Most welcome. I think I managed to get all the questions. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, there we go. I knew there was something up. But hang on. Adrienne says we have over 90 people in this live. Get the likes up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it very much. I have told you the story about the one person who, no matter what I post, there's always one person, someone out there, the moment they see my face, they give me the thumbs down, which, it's up to them. Even though I probably would not want to meet this person in a conversation, I am a little bit curious. I'm a little bit curious to know who in the heck is this? I mean, even that last live with Lucky Cat, who I am trying to convince my brother to let me, have her on more often because she is a great healer in and of herself. Even then, I'm like, what did I do to this person? Or maybe they just didn't like me from a previous time. I've had tons of past lives where I'm minding my own damn business and people kind of try to get up in my stuff. There's always that one person. But I am, it's just like, really? This is what you do, Eternity? But Soror says someone you didn't enable. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Lots of love coming through. Okay, here we go. Thank you for your thorough interaction. Your lives are very dynamic and in tune. Clearly, lots of people feel the same. I am grateful for that. I really am. Nexodus 66 says lol. But yeah, there's always trolls somewhere, but it's just like, yeah, it's probably just someone I saw in a previous life and I didn't want to teach them because I thought they were weird. So Landon Hill Morgan says, thank you for this video and glad to hear everything is okay after the coffee incident. I am very glad too. Baby is fine. She's been sleeping cutely. After giving me my cat tats all the way down, I've got like, she's sleeping fine. And I am glad that, these conversations are helping people because that's what ultimately the work has to do. I mean, I could talk to you all day about esoteric spiritual stuff, but that would not do a damn thing for your life. It really would not. Because right now, the people messing about in metaphysics and the occult are actually adding to the problem. We have too much old occult energy in the world. We don't need more of it. Vice Liva says, hello, hello. Mibiva says, any advice on experiencing the void at the moment? I feel as though I've put a lot of energy out to get a project started, but nothing is coming back. That's a good question. My people always ask me good questions, or at least the people following me. Um, um, so let's see how to experience the void. It's tough, but sometimes you just have to accept that the ripples that you're putting out in the universe don't always have to come back in real time. Sometimes the seed you set, if it's meant to take root, if it's something that's in alignment with your truth and the truth that's around you, sometimes it just takes a little time. So go do something else and just let that process happen on its own. Maragadavali Inbamutia says, hello, hello. Batwoman of Gotham says, the 96 humans that can't wait to hear what you have to say. There's always that one. It's just funny to me. It's just funny. Barno Soira says, nothing personal or dislike, obviously disturbed, disliking everything to feed the ego. Possibly. I mean, sometimes I look at these really cute videos of babies or cats or puppies, and I'm like, who are you people? You know? Uh, Mrs. Erica says, I'm working on how just to say no and being mindful of what and who I give my energy to. I have learned something about me recently, and I have learned that I cannot do small talk. I cannot do small talk. I just, at some point, no matter how pleasant I'm trying to be, some some deeper instinct is just gonna open up and say something just to get things a little spicy. I realize that I cannot do small talk. I just can't. It's either got to be real. I want to feel something real and deep and connected and emotional, or it's a waste of my damn time. So I am learning this, but you know. Let's see. Samantha W says, hi, Barry. Jumped on to see you here. What a pleasant surprise as I'm suddenly really going through it. I'm not surprised, honey. We are also in the build up to Neptune Station Direct. There's going to be a lot of old karmic bullshit coming up. Let's see. Sheena Max says, beautiful answer, the void. I feel inspired, geological time. It's interesting. I remember seeing this documentary. I think it may have been one of the Attenborough documentaries. And it was all about the secret life of plants. Now, plants look to most people, to most people, even when I was growing up, I didn't get it. They look boring on the surface, but when you actually see, and I know they're very interesting now, okay, I'm not perfect. So when you actually see them in real, in live time, when you speed up the process, you actually see them engaged in all kinds of stuff. Love, wow, there's so much drama that happens. And it's very intense. But you've got to look at it on their time scale, not yours. Otherwise, you're just going to be sitting there going, what are you doing? Has anything happened yet? Has anything happened yet? So that helps. The perspective of time helps. Oyara says, if you are a sensitive person, how do you block out all of the energy? I don't. I was born with this, which is not a boasting point. I have never ever had a filter to other dimensions and realms. I've just had to live with it and see it and learn to deal with it. Blocking does not work. If you are doing any honest energetic work, you're going to take more energy blocking than you are actually dealing with what you see. Janai's Priest says, blessing everyone. Thank you for your real talk, Sky Priestess. Most welcome. Yes, it's that time. Says, hi, Dr. B. What do you think about working with the keys of Solomon at this time? Solomon is an interesting figure. I would say look at the dude first. Be very clear if you're willing to also deal with the shadow associated with that archetype before you do. Ginger Snap says, hello, happy I caught this live. Monique says, with the moon in Pisces today, I cannot make any decisions. Any day this week better for making career decisions? No. You want to really let Neptune Station direct and that lunar eclipse pass. Oh, okay. Kayla it says, I just woke up and realized I had a dream about you. I hope I looked nice. And opened up YouTube and you were live. Very interesting. I don't know what to make of it, but I appreciate you and the energy you bring to the world. Thank you very much. That does happen. I don't know what I'm doing in people's dream states, but I'll just be like, hello, hello. I don't know. We'll see. Soror Tamori says, yes, there's an amazing book, The Secret Life of Trees by a botanist, I believe. Landon Wilson says, how do you handle stress? Mm, I don't know. I guess I'm one of those people. I was born with a grand mutable cross in my chart. So it was a case of either I learned how to handle stress or I would become a serial killer. That's true of people with grand mutable crosses in their charts. I guess I just kind of looked at it as something that I didn't have an option to say no to. Like, this is here, you're just going to have to deal with it. And, there was always my particular road. There's been lots of ups and downs, lots of upheavals, lots of challenges. So I guess I'm not operating from a space where I would assume things are going to be placid and calm. And when they are, and real, like real calmness, not calmness through the absence of engagement, then I really enjoy that. But most of the time, I think I've just kind of learned to embrace it as a dance. One of the best things that I can recommend people to do in their lives is to learn Argentine tango. It is such a spiritual dance. And I'm not talking about the tango you see on TV, like where, the guy flings the girl and she's just like, no, actual Argentine tango that you would go and dance at a milonga. And this was something which I learned a couple of years back because I was interested. I learned a few dances. I learned salsa, I learned belly dancing, I learned some elements of Indian classical dance. And I used to love dancing, and still do. And Argentine tango is there are rules. But when you understand those rules, you actually, you kind of get used to it and becomes a working practice. And through those rules, which at first seem very stressful, you actually can express yourself in a very creative way in a very small space. So that's probably the closest thing that I could describe as a parallel to the metaphysical practice that I do. Find the ground rules, find the basic elements of the dance, and learn to work with it as a dance. And then you won't really think about it as stress. At least that's the way I operate. Let's see. Okay. Shredder, how to build intuition. You don't. Let it come. Fatma says, how do you deal with Sky Priestess? I have to live it every day. I'm not sure what the question means. Adrian says, so true. Healing Ground Collective finally made it to the live chat. Nice to see you here. I'm going to be doing a live talk with her soon. Yerba Buena says, manifestation tips for the next year. Let it happen in alignment with your guides. Sheena Max says, blocking isn't working for my one kid now, so we talk and hold space, but it's been rough. They're scared to be left alone in a room ATM at 6. Sounds like there's something that needs clearing. Shaya says, hi, Dr. B. Any advice for a Pisces Sun, Virgo Moon on ongoing conflicting feelings? Don't decide. Let the situation unfold itself further. Faith asks, is there a way to let the universe know that you're open to a new love life? I just did. Just say it. Universe, ready. Susie Steed asks, a beetle came into my room last night. It has a tail. Can't find out what it is online. Couldn't catch it. Went to bed, then woke up in the night, caught it, put it out the window. Any thoughts? Beetles? I need more data, honey. I would need more data on that. Radha Devi says, you look like a radiant sun with your nice top. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am waiting on some clothes that I ordered. Because I'm a large woman, I cannot find clothes in this country. I live in Malaysia, as you know, at this minute. And I've been ordering clothes and, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. So all of these are basically like, cheapo stuff that you buy from the reject shop, which is fine. It covers stuff. But I'm hoping for a nice dress that I ordered that has sunflowers on it. So, hoping. Fatma says, I meant to expand. How do you deal with sensing so much energy? Honestly, that's experience. You raise your threshold You raise your threshold. The more you kind of just grow with it. If it's not meant to be a path, though, I would not recommend it. Susie says, sorry, that is such an intense, weird question. It's not, honey, you're fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. Truth is Alchemy says, killing spree would have been fun though. I think I worked that out of my system as a child when I used to play Counter-Strike and Diablo 2 and so on computer. Yessie says, hello, Dr. B. Hello, Yessie. How is your son? Is he enjoying the new season of My Hero Academia on Netflix? I'm going to watch that myself. Aether Walker says, I had a dream of you in March, giving me surgery, gloves and all. Good to hear. Samantha W says, oh my God, I love to tango. So meditative. Was doing that a bit of years ago, but didn't keep it up. Ginger Snaps. Oh, why do spiritual people get so much thrown at them? Is this all for enlightenment? I would like to say enlightenment does not require us suffering, but I think a lot of people get a lot thrown in them because they're willing to help, to be honest. Healing Ground Collective says, wow, Argentine tango, I will investigate. Flamenco keeps me very focused. That's a very grounding dance as well. It's very challenging for me. Fatma says, Susie Steed, Google beetle, spirit, animal meaning or symbolism. From what I know, it's transformation shedding. It depends. Really depends on the culture, really depends on the why, but it can give you some ideas. Let's see. Arjem says, hearts from Minnesota. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see. Julie Lujano. Oh, nice. I love sunflowers. Susie Steed says, okay, thank you. And thanks to Lucky Cat. Anytime. Paolo Orange says, hello, Dr. B. Paolo from Italy. Hello, Paolo. Wait, is the right word ciao. Let me say something in Italian for all of you. I learned this one phrase. I was hanging out with this dude at this time who, lived in Italy and studied bel canto singing and all this kind of stuff. And he was, and as I've mentioned, I studied a little bit of medieval and Renaissance Italian art and literature. Though I don't speak the language, I did study it. I feel awkward now. But he did teach me this one phrase, and it basically means how much are the tomatoes. And I was trying to make it sound all cool and everything, and it came out a different way. So here goes. So this is how to ask how much are the tomatoes in Italian. So hang on. Don't blame me if I get it wrong. Quanto costano la pomodore? I hope I said that right. So that is the phrase in Italian that I know. How much are the tomatoes? Julie says, oh my God, the new season is out. Yes, it's out. Patricia Soiria said, I'm very sensitive to energy and it's difficult to bite my tongue. So holding it in has given me PTSD. It's been like this for 15 years. I understand, honey. Sometimes it is also about saying no to certain contracts. I mean, believe me when I say in my journey, I have had a lot of things wanting to, I don't know, I'm spiritual, hot real estate. A lot of things have been looking at me going, hey, and I'm just been like, nope. And another time, hey, nope. Sometimes you really have to look at that contract and see if that contract that you're working with is what you want to work with, For me, there's a certain thing that I've come to do in this world. And insofar as that, I'm happy to do the work that I need to do. Okay, so Cheryl says, hi, doctor, you look very lovely in yellow. Thank you very much. Julie says she watches My Hero Academia with her nephew. That is nice. Jackie Kotzner says, I've been fighting off negative vibes from my own father after saying no. Protecting my small children, keeping focus on my children. That is the most greatest gift that a parent can do. And I salute you for doing it. Keep doing it. Steph Weiss says, hi from the Lake of Constance. Hello, where is that? Fiorella Mazzanti says, thank you. Crystalline Co says, molto bene, brava, grazie. Angel Love 444 says, Can you say something about the upcoming Jupiter-Saturn conjunction? Any thoughts? No thoughts, just let the universe do what it needs to do. The more we try to program shit, the more it goes wrong. Tomeshka says hi from Istanbul. Hello, hello. Cheryl Simpson says, well, kids can know it's okay to protect themselves from negative energy too. Kids are brilliant. They are. Patricia Suarez laughing. Healing Ground Collective says such a romantic language. Paolo Orange says that's basically perfect, and the tone smashes it. Thank you, thank you. Flagship Fact says quanto costano I pomodori? I see, thank you. Candy says bust out laughing. That seemed to have got you laughing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Angel Love says, what is your rising sign, if you don't mind saying? I'm a Cancer rising, which means despite my Capricorn sun, I am very emotional. I am very domestic. I am very home based. Even though, I go out in the world and I do my shit, at the end of the day, what makes me feel the most comfortable is having those things, which ironically is the stuff that I don't get most of the time. So let's see. Susie, you just retracted your message. I was just reading that. Yessie says, bravo, Dr. B. T. Lynn says, all love from Austin, Texas. Love to you too. Steph Weiss says, Lake of Constance is in the south of Germany, heart center of Europe. Oh, I like it. I like it. I lived in Germany for about 2 years. I do speak German. I do speak German. And I used to, in fact, what happened? Oh no, hang on. Yes, I'm back. Sorry, I pressed something. Steph Weiss says, Lake of Constance is in the north of Germany. I did study in Germany for 2 years. I very, very much like the language. The first time I ever fell in love was because I was listening to this German dude, and he had one of those very deep nasal voices, very romantic voice, and he was reciting Goethe's Faust to me, and I will never forget that day. But yeah, German, phenomenal language. I know it's always been, yeah, I liked my time there. I like my time there. Let's see. What else we got here? Oh, okay. Hoya says, thank you for explaining that we can reject spiritual contracts. I never thought about doing that. Understandable. People don't say you can do it because a lot of spiritual contracts, especially based on the old occult order, which is what all of this religion is about. Religions, no matter how old they are, no matter how new they are, they tend to come from very old occult sources. So they don't teach you the fact that you can actually walk out because you no longer act as a battery. Goddess Dragon Tarot Tribe, XOXO Goddess Girl says, hi. Crystal Cross is Susie Italian is like that. Cancer rising for me too. Tomishka says, smile look nice on you. Thank you so much. These are hard times. If you can't smile and maybe bring some cheer to someone else, what are you doing? Susie says, okay, I made a typo. Your Italian also made me chuckle. And it was way sexier than I expected a question about vegetables would be. Let's just say I do have that side. It just has had no reason to come out. Crystal Light, you taking the mandatory vaccine or what? I mean, in this country, I would really want to know what the heck is going on in that stuff before putting it in my body. Crystalline Crow says, South Germany looks so beautiful, fairy tale country, would love to visit someday. Also love the German language and would love to learn. Jackie Kotzner says, thank you. I'm very sensitive to energy and of dreams that guide me. Thank you. I'm so happy to get live. Thank you. Roses and Bees, 1223, love to you, same date of birth as you. Capula says, religion is from astrology. Yes, it is, which is why astrology is a control matrix. It is a control matrix completely. And that's why the way I do astrology is not like the way people teach you to do it. So it's all about breaking those matrices for me. Ronnie Brooks says, walk out. Of what? I'm not sure. Annie V says, hello, doctor. Goddess Dragon Tarot Tribe, XOXO Goddess Girl says, we Capricorns love to laugh too. Yes, we do. Star Nahuegabo, here we go. It says, hey, Dr. V. Crystal Light says flight boss. Not sure what that means. Fatma H says, I grew up in Germany, miss it, and actually dreamt about being in a German bakery this morning. Good stuff. Patricia Kennedy asks, nice to see you. How can we stay anchored during these indecisive times? Thank you for your wisdom. That's a good question. That's a very good question. I would say focus on truth, focus on truth, focus on, you know, not focus on Groot, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. Focus on truth, you know. Focus on what it is that feels real to you, and that can be your guiding path. You know, when we're trying to hold down to something and hold on to something, that's when we actually get ourselves into a lot more trouble. I mean, reality keeps shifting, the world keeps shifting. Human ideas of stability and holding on to something are just human ideas. I mean, the universe is constantly in motion. So when you give yourself permission to have that freedom, things change. So Lillian says, hi from Lily in Totnes, UK. I do contract revocation by reading it out loud, recording it, and listen back to my own voice. That also works. Steph Wise says, will a new contract form if I retract from a contract? Not unless you decide that you want a new one. Cheryl Simpson says, factual truth is all truth, isn't it? I have no idea how to answer that question. But in any case, I believe it's time to wrap this up. The energy is at a nice point of saturation. I send all of you much love. I send all of you many blessings. Remember, the energy is going to be kind of crazy for the next week with, with Neptune about to station direct, with that lunar eclipse in Gemini coming up. I might not be speaking much at those times because I am likely to be in prayer. So, just listen to this. You're going to get a lot of information out of this. Listen to it again if you need to. Ginger Snap says, what book do you recommend for metaphysics? Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Terry Pratchett's Discworld. Read it. You will need to know all you know. Samantha W says, with the heavy Scorpio energy of this time, what words would you have for someone with hardly any Scorpio influence, particularly with it intercepted in the chart? I would say the intensity might feel a little different for you because you're not so used to it. But remember that there's a lot more of astrological bodies than we normally look at. So chances are it is probably already triggering something. Follow the flow. That's what I usually say. So lots of love. Take care. Very, very, very many blessings. And ciao, ciao for now. Bye-bye, sweeties.